Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala, Module 9 Waterborne Diseases 3. Dear students, we have already discussed the waterborne diseases in Module 7 and 8, waterborne diseases related to various types of microbes like bacteria, fungi, viruses, worms, etc. This module will mainly be dedicated to the water related diseases. In this module, we will discuss about the chemical contaminants of water, classification of chemical contaminants, organic contaminants, inorganic contaminants, radiological contaminants, classification of agricultural chemicals, classification of pesticides, pesticide cycle and its harmful effects, sources and impacts of inorganic contaminants and health impacts of anions, health risks of radiological contaminants and their preventive measures. So, first discussing the chemical contamination of water, we can see here in the figure that there are two chemical contaminants of the water. One are natural sources such as volcanic eruptions, earthquakes and tsunamis, whereas the another and most important are the anthropogenic sources, which include pesticides, fertilizers, heavy metals, organic and inorganic contaminants. Further classification of chemical contaminants, these have been divided into three main classes: organic contaminants, inorganic contaminants and radiological contaminants. Organic contaminants mainly include agricultural chemicals, oils and petrochemicals, whereas inorganic contaminants contain heavy metals and anions. Radiological contaminants include radioactivity substances such as uranium, radon, etc. So, number 1 are the agriculture chemicals, and these can be classified as follow in the given table on the basis of their application. The different type of agriculture chemicals along with their description are discussed in this table. We can see number 1, insecticide. These are chemicals controlling harmful insect pests that damage field crops. Then are fungicides. These are agents for controlling fungal diseases in field crops. Insect fungicides, these control harmful insect pests and diseases together in field crops. Then herbicides controlling weeds. Then rodenticides, these are the agents to control rats and other rodents. Plant growth regulators, these are the agents to promote or inhibit the growth of field crops. Attractants, these are the agents that attract mainly harmful insects, pests by odor or other means. Repellents, agents for repellent action on harmful mammals and birds that damage field crops. Then spreaders, agents that are mixed with other agricultural chemicals to enhance the adherence of these chemicals. And in the last is the number 10, fertilizers used to enhance crop growth and production. These are all agriculture related chemicals which contaminate our water bodies. Major classes of pesticides. Pesticides can be mainly classified into two main classes. One are organochlorine and another one are organophosphates. The examples of organochlorine include DDT, methoxychlorine, chlor, methoxychlor, aldrin, dialdrin, chlordane, toxaphene, Mirax, Capone, Lindane, benzene hexachloride, etc. Similarly, the major organophosphate pesticides are parathion, malathion, methyl parathion, chlorpyrifos, diazonin, dichlorous phosphate, phenithrothione, tetrachlorovinphos, aginphos, methyl and azaminthifos, etc. Then petrochemicals. Petrochemicals produce a number of organic contaminants by anthropogenic and industrial activities. The chief organic contaminants and their health impacts are discussed as follow. Number 1 are volatile organic compounds, that is VOCs. The sources to groundwater are these enter environment through plastics, plastic manufacturers, dyes, rubbers, polishes, solvents, crude oil insecticides, inks, varnishes, paints, gasoline products, pharmaceuticals, preservatives, spot removers, etc. And the potential health and other effects are these can cause cancer, liver damage, anemia, gastrointestinal disorder, skin irritation, blurred vision, weight loss, damage to the nervous system and respiratory tract irritation. Then the another contaminant is pesticides, and the sources to groundwater are the herbicides, insecticides, fungicides, rodenticides and algicides sprayed in the agricultural fields or in the other areas as per the requirements. The potential health hazards of the pesticides are that these cause poisoning, headache, gastrointestinal disturbance, numbness, weakness and may also lead to cancer. These destroys nervous system, thyroid, reproductive system, liver and kidneys. Then next contaminant are plasticizers, chlorinated solvents, benzopyrene and dioxin. These enter the environment from improper waste disposal, leaching runoff, leaking storage tank, pesticides and industrial runoff. These also cause cancer, damage nervous and reproductive systems, kidney, stomach and liver. Then another contaminants are benzene, benzopyrones, carbofurane, carbon tetrachloride, andrene, heptachlor, lindane and many more. These are discharged from the chemical factories like petroleum refineries, landfills, pesticide runoff, etc. The potential health and other effects of these are problems with liver, stomach, reproductive system and kidneys. Besides increased risk of cancer and reproductive difficulties. Then moving on to the inorganic contaminants, especially heavy metals. One of the important heavy metal and inorganic contaminant is arsenic, having atomic number 33 and atomic weight 75. Arsenic occur in different speciations, arsenic 3 and 5. Arsenic occur in inorganic form as arsenate, arsenic acid, arsenite and arsenous acid, while in organic form it occurs as monomethyl arsenic acid, dimethyl arsenic acid, trimethyl arsine oxide. Routes of arsenic entry to the human beings. The mainly there are, as we can see in the figure, there are three main routes. One is through soil, another water and the air. Through soil, as we can see in the figure, the contaminated food consumption directly by the humans leads to arsenic contamination. Arsenic may enter into the water, and the limit as per WHO report is 10 microgram per liter. Oral ingestion of contaminated water also leads to entry of arsenic in human beings. Then in air, though it is rare, but it may be present in air and enter the humans through inhalation, tobacco smoke, occupational exposure, etc. Impacts of arsenic contamination to the humans and plants. On the one side, we can see in the picture the impacts on humans, especially arsenicosis or skin cancer. Apart from this, it causes cardiovascular disorders like abnormal heart rhythm and damage to human blood vessels. Lung and liver cancer, it is neurotoxic, it affects our respiratory tract, leads to bronchitis, sore throat, chronic cough, etc. It induces mutations in DNA and leads to many different types of cancers. While in plants, it leads to reduction of the plant biomass, less food production, yield reduction, decrease in plant height, reduction in leaf number, decrease in root length, and intravenous necrosis like chlorosis, decrease in leaf gas exchange, inhibition of pigment synthesis in chloroplast, decreased rate of CO2 fixation, etc. Then another important contaminant is cadmium. Cadmium having atomic number 48 and atomic weight 112. The anthropogenic sources are mainly electroplating industries, plastic manufacturing industries, mining and alloy preparation batteries. The impacts on humans and plants. You can see in the picture a bent back child. The disease is mainly Itai, also called Och disease. It results in painful bone demineralization or osteoporosis. It impairs lung functioning and increases the risk of lung cancer. Kidney is the principal organ targeted by the chronic exposure to cadmium. In plants, it leads to leaf roll, chlorosis, browning of root tips, alters the membrane function by inducing changes in lipid composition. Photosynthesis is affected as chlorophyll is affected by cadmium. Then mercury. Mercury is another heavy metal which contaminates water and leads to many water related diseases in the humans and plants. Mercury having atomic number 80 and atomic weight 200. Also occurs in different speciation forms like elemental mercury, then its inorganic forms and organic forms. The natural and anthropogenic sources of this metal in water are volcanic activity, anthropogenic sources like mining, industrial effluents, batteries, fluorescent light bulbs, thermometers, pesticides and fungicides. Then impacts of mercury. The main disease caused by this is Minamata disease. Minamata disease occurs by methyl mercury poisoning in humans due to ingestion of fish and shellfish, which is under exposure to methyl mercury. Minamata disease is neurological syndrome caused by severe mercury poisoning. Symptoms include ataxia, numbness in the hands and feet, general muscle weakness, narrowing of the field of vision and damage to hearing and speech. Mercury exposure at high levels can harm the brain, heart, kidneys, lungs and immune system. Binding of mercury to cell membrane may cause the imbalance of membrane permeability to potassium ions, affecting the neurological transmission process, mental retardation and chromosomal defects. Anion nitrate. Nitrate is an anion and it enters the water through various processes as shown in the figure. Nitrate is an inorganic compound that occurs both naturally and synthetically in the environment. Most common groundwater contaminant in the rural areas. Nitrate in groundwater origin primarily from fertilizers, septic systems and manure storage. Fertilizer nitrogen that is unavailable to the plants leaches to the groundwater in the form of nitrate. This leads to an elevation of the metal concentration of groundwater above the levels acceptable for drinking water quality. It causes eutrophication in water environment. Eutrophication makes the adverse condition for aquatic system and creates oxygen deficiency to aquatic system. As far as is about the health impacts of nitrates, these include mainly methemoglobinemia or blue baby syndrome. It usually occurs in rural areas where the primary source of drinking water is well. Here we can see a baby with blue baby syndrome. A blue baby is an infant born with a congenital heart defect. The defect prevents oxygen rich blood from circulating to the body, which gives the infant's skin a bluish tinge, hence called blue baby syndrome. Methemoglobinemia most often affects infants of less than 6 months in age. It is the condition in the blood which causes infant cyanosis or blue baby syndrome. Methemoglobinemia is probably formed in the intestinal tract of an infant when bacteria convert the nitrate ion to nitrite ion. One nitrite molecule then reacts with two molecules of hemoglobin to form methemoglobin. This alters the form of blood protein that prevents the blood cells from absorbing oxygen and causes suffocation to the infant, which may lead to death. Due to oxygen deficiency, blue and purple tinge appears on the lips of infants, so it is named as blue baby syndrome. Then next one is iodine and its health impacts. Iodine is a non-metallic trace element required by humans for the synthesis of thyroid hormone. Thyroid hormone is required throughout the life for normal growth, neurological development and metabolism. The impairment of iodine level causes goiter and hyperthyroidism like disorder. Hyperthyroidism has adverse effects in all stages of development, but is most damaging to the developing brain. Iodine deficiency during pregnancy can result in material and fatal hyperthyroidism as well as miscarriage, preterm birth and neurological impairment in the offsprings. Then fluoride, another important contaminant of water having atomic number 9 and atomic weight 17. It is simplest anion of fluorine. It is essential for strong and healthy teeth. The sources of contamination in the water include granite rocks, anthropogenic sources like household products. The major household products containing fluoride are toothpastes, dietary supplements, glass etching or chrome cleaning agents, then insecticides and rodenticides. Though fluoride is required for the healthy teeth, but long-term exposure to fluoride through elevated level in drinking water leads to skeletal and dental fluorosis. Fluoride induced neuropathy is a kidney injury due to toxic levels of serum fluoride. Other heavy metals and anions which contaminate the water and affect human health are discussed in this table. Here we can see when the contaminant is antimony, the maximum permissible limit is 0.005 milligram per liter, and the potential health effects from ingestion of water include increase in blood cholesterol and alteration of the blood sugar level. The main sources of contamination of antimony are natural weathering, industrial production, municipal waste disposal, manufacturing of flame retardants, ceramics, glass, batteries, fireworks and explosives. Then arsenic we have already discussed in detail. Then are the asbestos, and the maximum permissible limit is 7 million fibers per liter. The potential health hazards are increased risk of developing benign intestinal polyps, and the sources of contaminants are decay of asbestos, cement in water mains, erosion of natural deposits. Then another contaminant is barium, and the limit is maximum permissible limit is 10 milligram per liter. The potential health hazards above 10 milligram per liter are increase in blood pressure, hypertension, cardiac, gastrointestinal and neuromuscular effects. The sources are discharge of drilling waste, discharge from metal refineries, erosion of natural deposits. Then beryllium, the maximum permissible limit is 0.004 milligram per liter, and the potential health effects of the higher concentrations are intestinal lesions. It causes acute and chronic toxicity, affects lungs and bones, and also acts as a possible carcinogen. The sources of contamination in water are discharge from metal refineries and coal burning factories, discharge from electrical, aerospace, nuclear power and defense industries. Chromium, the maximum permissible limit is 0.05 milligram per liter, and the potential health effects of higher concentrations are liver and kidney damage, internal hemorrhaging, respiratory damage, dermatitis, and ulcers on the skin at high concentration. The prominent sources of contamination are discharge from steel and pulp mills, erosion of natural deposits, fossil fuel combustion, cement plant emissions, mineral leaching and waste incineration. Then cyanide, the limit is 0.07 milligram per liter, and presence of cyanide in higher concentration than the permissible limits in water leads to nerves damage or thyroid problems, damage to spleen, nerve, brain, thyroid and liver. The sources of cyanide in water are discharge from steel or metal factories, discharge from plastic and fertilizer factories or industries. Then chloride, though the maximum permissible limit is much higher, 250 milligram per liter, but continuous drinking of water with high concentration of chloride than permissible for a long time leads to some effects. Generally, no effect is seen in human, but excessive high level cause hypertension and impaired sodium chloride metabolism. The sources are fertilizer, rock, rainwater, etc. Then comes the radiological contaminants. Chemical elements with an unbalanced number of protons and neutrons, resulting in unstable atoms that can emit ionizing radiation. Examples of radiological contaminants include cesium, plutonium and uranium. Radiological contaminants emit radiation which cause damage to our DNA and can lead to mutations and cancer. Plutonium is a radioisotope which remains radioactive for a long time, and if it accumulates within the body and continues to damage for many years unless it can be excreted. In this table we are discussing the radiological contaminants of water and their health risks. Number 1, the contaminant is uranium. Maximum permissible limit for uranium in water is 30 milligram per liter. The continuous drinking of water with uranium in higher concentrations than maximum permissible limits lead to potential health effects like increased risk of cancer, kidney toxicity, etc. The sources of uranium in water are mostly naturally, like erosion of natural deposits or granite rocks. Then alpha particles, the limit is 15 picocurie per liter and it increases the risk of cancer. The alpha particles can be emitted by any of the radiological substance, but the sources in water include erosion of natural deposits of certain minerals that are radioactive and may emit a form of radiation known as alpha radiation. Likewise are the beta particles and photon emitters. The limit is 4 milligrams per year. These are also increase the risk of cancer. The sources of contamination are decay of natural or man-made deposits of certain minerals that are radioactive and may emit forms of radiation known as photons and beta radiation. Then another two important radiological contaminants of water are radium 226 and radium 228. The limit is 5 picocurie per liter. It also increases the risk of cancer, and the sources as discussed for the other are erosion of natural deposits. So, next are the preventive measures from water related diseases or diseases due to water pollution. The most important is applied and fruitful research is necessary to remediate and detoxify contaminants. Another measure is to educate public and society to reduce source contaminants and option for treatment. Then modification of tilling methods and runoff control in agriculture. So, in the end, the conclusion is that we can protect ourselves from the water related diseases by non pollution of the our drinking water resources or use of water for drinking purposes which is treated in a proper way, so that only we drink the purified water. Thank you.